Kai,
Hi.
you're a tad fucking late.
Nah.
Last week, we talked about how I was late for the first time.
I'm
like,
never
madly
late.
late
I have
for the
never been
first
late
time.
once in
And
my
then we
life.
said, the worst ever time one of us has been late is you calling it off after 1 hour.
Yeah.
Today, you are 24 hours and 40 minutes late.
Actually, I called you 15 minutes ago.
Yes, exactly. So as of that time, we were supposed to do it at 4:30 yesterday. As of that time, 24 hours and 40 minutes had passed.
Well, you know what they say.
With no sign of life until I think you actually sent me an acknowledgement text at 25 to 1. So taking that into account, you responded to me after 8 hours and 5 minutes.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
Welcome to the lately recorded community episode of Help! I'm stuck in the podcast! My name is Fraser.
My name is Kai.
And as of course, this is the final podcast of the month. It's a special one as well because it's the final podcast before the 1 year anniversary. The final end of the month podcast, community episode before the 1 year anniversary. Yeah, it's the community episode, which means in this episode, we're answering all of the questions that you submitted to us over on our Twitter at Stuck in a Podcast.
Hell yeah.
It's a fun one, and you know what? There's been loads and loads of good questions this time round. I was going to say this week.
For once.
Yeah. Kai, don't be so mean.
I'm joking.
There's been a load of good questions, and I'd like to say that making that Word document of all of the questions that have been used before has been the best idea since we've started.
Well. Yeah, go on. I'll give it to you.
Because that has filtered out all but one duplicate question. One person has a duplicate, and then somebody replied saying, no, that's a duplicate question, and they don't answer them. Other than that, all the rest, unique.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Very good.
So, let's kick off with the first question. Do you want to begin, or should I begin?
You can begin.
SlenderBrian505 on Twitter sent in, what are y'all's plans when COVID-19 ends? I imagined he had that accent because he went y'all's. So what are y'all's plans, Kai?
I'd like to go on holiday.
That would be nice.
I think that's quite obvious. I think we'd all like to go on holiday at this point.
Of course.
Probably go meet up with people and... I don't know. I mean, my life really hasn't changed too much.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've been working constantly throughout as I usually would and whatnot, so I don't know, probably just the same thing I'm doing now with the holiday added.
Yep.
Yeah, how about you?
I want to go see friends because I literally haven't seen friends in over 4 months at all.
Mm-hmm.
I've left the house probably 3 times in the last God knows how long it's been. I would like to go on holiday, but I still don't know if this year will be the right time for me, like, just from my mindset, and especially with everything ever evolving, like Spain not requiring mandatory lockdown when you come back, and then Spain then not mandatory lockdown, mandatory isolation when you come back, and now if you travel into Spain, when you come back to the UK, you now require mandatory isolation. I feel like, yeah, it's not worth the risk. Yeah. So I'm just going to stay home as much as I really want to go abroad. Unless like things rapidly change, you know, things are suddenly safe across the world or there's a vaccination, then sure. But until then, nah, I'm staying here. So I want to go see friends. I've got a lot of time off of work that I need to take. And also I need to lose weight because over the last 4 months, I've snacked a load and I've put on weight.
Snacks are good though. We like snacks.
Snacks are good, but I've been eating snacks because I'm bored.
Yeah, I get that. I've been having like a lot of sweets and stuff during lockdowns.
I've had a lot more time.
I never really have sweets, so it's like something new. And for once, when I went shopping the other week, last week, I didn't actually buy any sweets.
That's good.
Yeah, which is.
So because of that, yeah, I need to get into some form of exercise routine. I guess VR could help, but you know, you can't do that day in, day out, and you need to do like more muscle inducing exercise as well. So I need to get in some form of exercise routine. and get back into before lockdown, I used to do 10,000 steps a day. So I need to actually do like at least 10,000 steps a day to get myself back into a shape of what I was before. And then also do that little bit extra to bring my weight down again. Because it's not bad, but it's an increase. So I got to get back to normal.
Well, that sounds like it could be good.
It's probably my 2021 New Year's resolution, to be honest, the way it's going to go.
Yeah, I get that.
I saw this, I was tagged in, you tagged me, actually, in this post the other day, and I want to share it with everybody.
I sent it to you, and now on Messenger.
You did.
Or something.
That's it. You sent me a message which said, if you start this episode of The In-Betweeners at this time before the end of the year, at exactly midnight, someone goes, well, that was fucking awful. So I want to do that from seeing 2020 into 2021.
Yep.
Just wanted to make sure everybody else was aware. I can't remember what episode it was because I can't find the post right now. Actually, no, I can find the post. There it is. If you start watching In Between a Season 1, Episode 2 at 11:57 p.m, will say, well, that was fucking dreadful, just as we go into 2021, and what a better way to summarise 2020. So, yeah, everyone do that. Thanks for your question, Slender Brian.
Thank you. Next question is from Green Day _182. Have you listened to the album Dissimulation of the song What? Or the song Lighter? Do you like them? I got a one-word answer for this one.
Yep.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. No.
You didn't like that? Oh, you didn't listen?
I haven't heard it.
Oh, right. Lighter is the new song that KSI's released with, I think it's Nathan Dawes. Let me just double check. Yeah, Nathan Daw and KSI, they've released a new song called Lighter together. And oh my god, it's fantastic.
I have not heard it.
It's incredible. It's proper like up my street because it's a really upbeat song.
Right.
And then KSI comes in as the featured artist doing his rap section. And oh my god, it's probably one of the best things that I've heard KSI take part in, to be completely honest. It's a really good song. Dissimulation, I've not listened to all of it, but I'm just gonna like briefly play a little bit of Lighter just so Kai can hear it, just so he gets a general idea of why it's right up my street. I might need to take off this setting actually. Right. So this is KSI's part, but that's not the bit where I like it. If I skip to this, where is it? You can see why it's right up my street, right?
Yeah, it's very similar to like stuff you'd like listen to generally.
Exactly. So
I guess it's not really stuff that I'd listen to though, you know?
No, but hearing KSI like have his feature in a song like that, I fucking love it. I've never heard of Nathan Daw before, so it's gonna like open my eyes to a new artist there.
That's good.
Yeah, so I really, really like the song. Dissimulation, I've listened to a bit of it, but not a lot. Generally, the album's pretty good. But yeah, Lighter itself is the A-star bit of work that KSI has taken part of, in my opinion.
Nice. Green Day also asks, what do you think the world would be like if it was fully populated by clones of you? Clones of you, not cloves.
I've got one word answer for this.
Yep, go on.
3, 2, 1. Dreadful.
Yeah, probably same. Actually, I say that, I could make a band with myself.
You can, but then it's also yourself, equally talented, listening to yourself play on stage. So if you're all equally talented, would someone go and watch someone and like idolize? Would you go and watch yourself and idolize yourself? Or would you go, I can do that, and just play guitar at home?
Both.
You see, it's a difficult thing.
Yeah,
and like with me,
I'd rather there not be clones of myself. I like being original, if that makes sense. Myself.
Exactly. And I like talking, I like making content, and if there's a million ones of me doing the exact same thing, it's just going to be fucking boring.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'd be horrible.
Yeah, I think we'll both pass on that one.
Yeah.
So, I know you didn't say, would you like it, but we're going to say no, we don't want it regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Green Day, for your question. Fraser, you're next.
Rosie Howell says, probably a stupid question. Do you do the shouty intro every time or use a pre-recorded one? Not a stupid question at all, because the answer is No, we don't do it every single time.
We used to.
We did at the start, and then we realised we didn't need to.
It's just a little bit more editing for no reason.
Well, that, and if we have a shout that we're happy with, then, you know, we could just reuse that for, like, we've used the old one where I go, help, I'm stuck in the podcast. It isn't a voice crack. That was me just having a high pitch bit. We've used that one for like 10 weeks. I think we used the shouty bits like for like 5 to 10 weeks at a time.
Yeah, and
before then re-recording a new one. Yeah.
I think it's just so like it's not the same thing each time, but it's obviously close, you know.
It saves having to shout every single time.
Especially like we both have family in the house. We don't want to go shouting and whatnot, you know.
We never record the episode like really late in the evening, but my family is one of those families where they start settling down quite early. So I think we started reusing the old one because of that, and then I just said, "Oh, do you know what? We'll just carry on doing it." Something along those lines. I think that was the first time where we reused it, and then we realised that it was just a good idea anyway.
Aye.
So yeah, no, that wasn't a stupid question at all. That's actually a pretty good question.
It was a very stupid question.
You'll probably find quite a few other people want to know that as well. So Rosie, good question. Thanks for that.
Thanks, Rosie. Dakota asked, as it's the 1 year soon, that's today, I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
No, it's not today. It's the last episode, the last community episode before the 1 year anniversary. The 1 year anniversary episode is in 3 weeks' time.
Okay, so it's almost the 1 year anniversary. As it's the 1 year anniversary soon, when you guys originally started the podcast, did you think it would have the audience it does now? Did you accept it to be bigger/smaller? I'm guessing that means, did you expect?
Yeah.
I don't know, we kind of just did it. We didn't really expect there would be an audience, I guess. It was just something to do.
Yeah.
For a nice chat, you know. When we originally started it, I think we both wanted to do one, and then we were like, well, how do we do it? What do we do? Do we know we're going to have an audience guaranteed? We didn't really think of if we were going to have an audience. We just kind of thought, let's just do it, see what happens.
In 2018, I think I approached you like in December and said, my New Year's resolution for 2019 is I want to get a podcast going. Do you want to do it? You said yeah. And then it came around to the start of it. We didn't know what name we were going to call it, so we kind of put it off. But then when we actually cracked down, it was like, yeah, right, sweet, we've got what we want to do. Let's go do it.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's it, really.
Yeah, that's about it. So,
audience-wise as well, we didn't like expect a big or small audience or whatever. We didn't really expect that. Like, we knew that some people would listen, but we didn't think like, I don't know. We didn't really consider that.
And it's hard to predict anyway, because think about it. We stream on Twitch and YouTube. We create video content, and the people that we appeal to on our YouTube channel watches for the video content as well as us talking, as well as, like, you know, it's a combination of video. It's just that it is what it is. Whereas it is what it is. Whereas where we're here talking on Spotify, a completely different music streaming platform, of which there's a free and paid subscription, and some people like use different music streaming audio streaming platforms as well, like Apple Music, Google Play, that sort of stuff. And where you're literally listening to us for us rather than entertainment content, you're listening to us having a conversation every single week about different topics that are going on in our lives and everybody's lives. It's really hard to predict. You're literally taking a completely different genre of content onto a completely different platform that you're not used to and just shouting it out there and seeing if it works. Yeah. And I'd say in the year that we've had, we've done a really good job.
Yeah. And that's the final episode.
So yeah, we've done a pretty good job of it, and I'm pretty proud of where we came, to be honest. So to be going for a year strong,
we're quite proud of it.
Yeah. To be going for this long, it's pretty good. We're at 416 followers as of the time of recording, with 14,253 starts on episodes. Like, it's really good.
Pretty good.
So I'm happy with that.
Yeah. So there's your answer, Dakota. Thank you very much.
Yikes80 said,
Yikes.
1, would you guys ever make TikToks? I have, not actively, but I do have a TikTok account at FraserIRL.
I've given up with it. I deleted the app. I got annoyed with it.
Fair enough.
It felt like I was wasting my time scrolling through, so I was like, nah. I'm trying to
That is
get
literally
off my
me every
phone.
day.
Yeah. I'm trying to get away from being on my phone and computer so much, so I've kind of started deleting things slowly. That I don't necessarily need to use ever. Just because, I don't know, when you work doing stuff on the computer all day, you like a little break away from it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So, my TikTok, I've got it still, the account-wise stuff on there, but don't bother going following and stuff, I don't use it.
And then number 2, if you could collab with anybody, who would it be?
I got an answer for this.
Go on then.
Is it collab video-wise, do you reckon, or in general? Because, I mean, if it's music, you know who I'm going to go for.
Let's do both, video and music for you.
Okay. Music, obviously, I would collaborate with the Alice band, or the whole band.
Yeah.
Would love to do some stuff with them, so one day, maybe, who knows. Video-wise, I would love to do videos with Mark and Ethan.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be quite, a lot of fun, you know?
Yeah.
So that's my answers.
I've got 2 answers as well, but they're both video related.
Yeah, go on.
From a gaming perspective, fuck it, let's just do PewDiePie, go big or go home. I've had idols and people that I've looked up to, but obviously that's changed over time, so I've got no one in particular at the moment, so let's just go big or go home, PewDiePie.
I bet I know who your next one is.
From an entertainment perspective, yeah, it's David Dobrik. No, it's not David Dobrik.
Yeah, David Dobrik.
From an entertainment perspective, I fucking love to collaborate with David Dobrik because even though he hasn't recorded episodes for the last 4 months because of coronavirus and, staying at home, staying safe away from the virus and everything, he's always still been that chill guy who you can easily watch. He's got such contagious personality. He's got such contagious laughter. He's generally a fun guy to be around, and I've never been around him, but I would love to.
He's someone that seems to enjoy life just for the sake of it, rather than worry about everything else.
And that's the kind of guy I want to surround myself with, to be completely honest.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, 100%, David Dobrik.
Good choices, good choices.
Thank you very much for your question.
Yeah. Neve asks, what is a song that sums either of yourselves up? Good question, that. And a very hard one to answer.
That's an extremely difficult one to answer.
Obviously, I'd love to go with an Alice song, but I'm trying to think of a good song.
I put it in there thinking this will be a good one to think about, but now I'm thinking I have no idea what I'm going to answer.
I don't know. I actually have no idea. I'm looking through a list of songs on Spotify right now to see if anything stands out. I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I don't know.
I think what I might say here, this isn't one necessarily that sums me up, but I think it describes progression.
I know what you're on about.
No, you don't.
I do.
Go on.
Shakira, Africa.
What?
Yep. Progression. Okay. You love your Shakira. You love saying Zamina Mina I know.
Waka waka
I know it. That's what you like doing.
Yeah, it's
or
that
maybe
one.
It's Britney Spears Toxic.
Oh, excuse me.
How about hit me baby one more time, yeah?
Only on Wednesdays. Fuck, it is a Wednesday. Okay, go for it. Nah, I'm going to go with Brighter Days by Sigala. Of course, it's a Sigala song. Because it starts off with... this is my analysis of the song anyway. I'm not sure if it's a true analysis of the song, but this is my analysis of the song. It starts off with the song basically saying, I'm not sure where I'm going wrong, just trying to get through things. And then eventually, the chorus ends up with saying things like, I can see the brighter days, I can see the sun breaking through the clouds. And I like to say that at the start of this year, things have been fucking awful.
Yeah.
Things have been awful. 2020 has easily been the worst year I've ever had. February, things went wrong within the family. Obviously, my granddad also was diagnosed with cancer late last year, and it went through to this year, and then he ended up having treatment, and then he got COVID and he passed away in April. March we all went into lockdown because of coronavirus. March I was also smashed into by a fucking car. So I'd like to say that the start of that can go with the extreme shit show of the start of this year, because oh my god, it's been fucking awful. And now I'd say things are generally getting better now that I've taken time to figure myself out. And I've tried to reconstruct myself and pull myself back together. May I started thinking about what I'm going to do for the long run, how I'm going to push forward. June, I started bringing that all into action. One of the things that I said was I wanted to bring back my YouTube channel, actually have something to focus on to fill up the time rather than just sitting around being a lazy bitch. So I brought back my YouTube channel. And now here we are in July. I'm filling up my time with productive stuff. I'm not really sitting around doing nothing. I'm talking to generally some more people, and I've caught up with some friends that I've not spoke to in a little while. And things have generally got better as the years progressed. So based off of my analysis of that song versus my year so far, I'd like to say it kind of reflects me. Good answer, Fraser! I'm proud of myself there!
Well done, Fraser. Well done, Fraser.
Also give it a listen on Spotify. Brighter Days by Sigala. It's a good song.
I've got a song.
Yeah.
So my whole life growing up, because I've had long hair, yeah. I've been mistaken for a lady many times.
Okay.
Yeah? So I'm gonna go for "Dude Looks Like a Lady" by Aerosmith. Because I don't really get it now, but growing up, I did get lots of people being like, "Yeah, lady."
Fantastic.
So I did get a comment today on YouTube. It says here from Shreweb, "Is she a girl or a boy?"
Fantastic.
So thanks, Shreweb. And thank you for that question, Neve. That was actually a hard one to answer.
She also said, and I think this is a fun one, if you could invent a new ice cream flavour, what would it be? I want to normalise the distribution of popping candy ice cream.
Ooh, that'd be alright.
I love popping candy chocolate, the Cadbury's Marvellous Creations.
Yeah,
quite good. Having that in an ice cream, I reckon that'd be quite nice.
I've got my answer.
Go on then.
You ready? Doggy Doggy Yum Yum 2.
Oh my god. Yeah, thanks for your question, Neve.
Thanks, Neve.
Jess 13107861
Doggy Doggy Yum Yum, good or bad?
Bad. Next question.
What do you mean? Your dog loves it.
Yeah, Beta fucking loves Doggy Doggy Yum Yum.
Have you tried it?
No, I'm not going to. It's got dog biscuits in it.
Yeah, people have to try dog biscuits.
Jess also sent in, she didn't even send in that first one. She said, if you could wake up with having mastered a skill in your sleep, what would it be? Persuasion.
A language.
That's actually a good answer. Oh, do I change my answer? No, I'm going to stick with persuasion. That's a good one. What language?
See, I don't know. I think something like French would be good for parts of Canada and France, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd probably go with something I don't know, maybe Korean or Japanese.
Hey, I'm learning Korean.
I want to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on. How do you say baby?
I don't. Oh wait, no. I can tell you, child is ai.
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 Ai. Yeah. So that's child. That's the closest you're gonna get to baby.
Ai.
There you go. Bloody hell, that's paid off.
There we go.
I'm not really too far with it, to be completely honest. I'm doing just Duolingo, so I'm working my way through the Duolingo courses.
Aye.
And I have learned the basics in terms of understanding each character. Do you know what? That video where it's how to learn Korean in 5 minutes, that's what got me interested in this whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because I remember sending it to you, this is a really good video, actually.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's actually quite interesting. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to try and teach myself the symbols at least. And it's kind of just progressed from that. So, yeah, the first two, Alphabet and Alphabet 2, they start off just like introducing you to the vowels and the consonants, but obviously in their symbol form, and how to combine the two to make sounds, like J and things like that. And then there's Basics. They do company names as well to introduce you into pronunciation. And then there's basics like forming a sentence. There's phrases like hello, I'm okay. And now verbs, there's some new things now, like, well, obviously verbs are doing words. So it's like, I fell over. There's a stupid one which pops up every now and then, which is like, the men fell over in the library. And it's like, you're not going to say that in your life ever. But I guess it tests you. Yeah, sorry, I just completely hijacked your answer.
It's alright. I was just going to say, like, my answer was just because I want to learn more languages, but I'm not very good at learning languages, if that makes sense.
Download Duolingo.
I will. But Japanese is a really hard one to, like, learn.
Add me on Duolingo as well, because then you could do, like, contests with XP and stuff. Mm-hmm. And me and Adam are both on Duolingo. Adam's learning French. And we've been having XP competitions.
French is like another language I do want to learn, to be fair.
Yeah.
I know like parts of Spanish, parts of German, and like tiny bits of other languages, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to learn. You said persuasion. What do you mean by persuasion, by the way?
Not in a negative way, but in a way of how can I convince an employer to give me the best job in the world? Or how can I convince people to come and help me grow my channel, or how can I convince people to come on this fantastic holiday that they're a little bit skeptical about, but it'll be a good thing once they've arrived. Things like that. Not for bad, but for good.
Yeah, that's a good answer, actually. I mean, you could use it for bad. You could become like a supervillain,
How can I convince this grandma to give me her money?
Nah, it just be like, I guess it's not really a skill, is it? Persuasion. It's more just like a trait. But if there was like a true skill, I would love to be able to master the skill of quickly learning, because my main problem is retaining information. So if I was able to quickly learn things, whether that be going and learn a new instrument, or going and learning how to be a mechanic. I'm saying this like it's job related, but obviously I wouldn't be too interested in things like being a mechanic. But just generally, for example, that would probably help instead. Quickly learning things. That's probably a better answer.
Fair dues. Sounds good.
Cool.
Jess also asks, they're seeing their friends on Thursday. How can they annoy them? All right, you ready? I got a really good answer for this one. Don't show up.
Yes, yeah, don't show up. Instead, go and see your friend, and don't tell your other friends that you've gone to see this other friend instead when there's plans, and then go and play board games in Canterbury all night until 1 o'clock until your friends think you're dead.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Jess. Hope that helps. Larissa asks, if you could choose your dreams, what would you choose to dream about?
I have an answer, but I think it's quite cliche.
Yeah, go on.
Travelling.
Yeah.
I have lately had quite a lot of travelling dreams, and I've really enjoyed them, like to the point where I overslept this morning because of a travelling dream. That was really, really good, as in I turned off my last alarm and thought it was part of the dream, but I turned it off in real life. No, I didn't even turn it off, it just kept going. I thought it was part of the dream to wake me up and go out to the beach. Mm-hmm. So I would love to have more travelling dreams.
That sounds good.
What about you?
I guess this year, because I've been really lapsed on I haven't been to a single concert this year because of coronavirus, and they're all cancelled. I think I'd love to just dream about some concerts and stuff.
Yeah, good answer.
I think that's probably the easiest answer I can give, just for the sake of it's much better.
Yeah, good.
And it gives me an excuse to actually be at a concert without being at a concert at the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Larissa. Thank you for the question. Very nice question. Fraser has just deleted a question as well, just so everyone knows.
I haven't deleted it. I've moved it.
Yeah.
Because I've realised that it was from one person that's asked a question earlier. So I've moved it to the bottom just in case we get through them all.
Okay,
if we don't get through them all, then we've already answered the question from that person.
We've got 9 minutes, Fraser. Ooh.
Yeah, I reckon we can get to it, but, just in case. CJ Sucks at Life sent in, if you could live the life of anyone else for one day, who would you choose, and is there anything specific you'd want to do as them? That is a good question again. I can give I could give two answers.
Yeah, go on.
One of them's David Dobrik.
Yeah, I know. We know why.
for all the reasons we discussed earlier, having a really fun life. And number two, I would love to live the life of somebody in Australia, preferably a celebrity of a lot of money. Because the reason why Australia specifically is because they technically have like a really different style of life. We're in summer, we're complaining about the baking heat, whereas in Australia, they're complaining about the cold. In winter, when they're celebrating Christmas, they celebrate Christmas with barbecues on the beaches.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I'd love that.
And obviously, it's stereotypical, but I've talked to a few Australians, and there's always one. In fact, I've even talked to another New Zealander about this, and she's involved with this. They seem to be also really up to scratch and really interested in animals. So, I think having regular jobs with animals would be pretty cool. That, and also in Australia, just off the west coast of Australia, I believe it's the west coast, is Quokka Island. And for those of you that don't know, quokkas are my favourite animal. So I would love to go to Quokka Island so easily because I've lived my life in Australia.
You know what? Good answers.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to trade with someone else. I don't know. If I did, I'd rather. I don't know. I'd say...
it's not necessarily a case of if you could right now, because I'm happy where I am.
Yeah,
more of a case of
I don't know. I'd trade with a female just so I can experience what it's like to be a female for a day.
You want to squeeze your own boobs, don't you?
Oh, 100%. I don't know.
Right,
I think
fair enough.
like obviously men and women generally, like the stereotypical thing is they get treated differently, don't they? So it'd be interesting, like seeing it from a different side, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, my answer's not the best. I'd rather trade with an animal than a human, to be honest.
Right.
Because
what animal?
Probably like a cat or something like that. You can sleep all day. How good is that? You don't have to worry about getting fed. You get fed every day anyway. You get fed. You get to sleep. You get a house. You don't have to pay any rent. You don't have to worry about anything. You can go for a nice adventure outside. Amazing.
Yeah.
You get total freedom, but also get loved. So I'd rather live as a cat than a human.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Cool. Thanks, Chloe. I'll let you read the next one, Fraser.
Asteria sent in, Kai, why do you want 51 cans of beans?
50's not enough.
You're not going to give him any more info?
No.
Have you gone and bought them yet?
No.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah.
When?
When it's good and sensible to go and buy bulk loads of beans.
Well, you get a Costco membership and it's acceptable.
Yeah. I could, but I don't know. At the moment, because of right now, it's not the most acceptable thing to go and bulk buy a bunch of things. Yeah. So I'll probably do it further in the summer or something like that when it's more acceptable,
And then so what you're doing is warm.
Oh, I don't want it to be warm.
It might be nice.
Actually, yeah, it could be. It could be.
Be like a massage.
So, I don't know, you'll find out in August. I don't want to spoil it,
No, he said it. August. You'll find out soon.
Yeah. Cool.
Thanks, Asteria.
Thank you, and you better watch the video once it's out. Best Soph asks, have you ever taken a colourblind test?
Nah, yes, I have.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
that's
like
fine.
those ones with like the circles where you have to like find the number in the middle.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I've done them.
Yeah,
And
all
the
good.
best thing is, if you know someone that's colourblind and you show them and they're like, eh?
I don't know anyone that's colourblind.
My dad is, a little bit. And
How
my
is
mum's
he?
partner is, as well.
What colour can you see?
Both red, I think. Like,
Oh, fair enough.
not fully red. Well, I think my dad's more brown-orange. He can't see, but he can see red, if that makes sense.
Oh, so like a tint of red.
Yeah. Whereas
I get
my
you.
mum's partner is fully can't see reds.
Wow, madness.
Mm.
Can't imagine life without red.
Yeah, neither can I. I mean, look at my hair.
The hanger. Yeah, how does your mum's partner view your hair? How
knows
does he
it's
see
red.
it? What does he see?
He sees red, but his red is like a greenish color apparently.
No way, that's mad.
Mm.
So the hang-up button's green, and traffic lights are green, orange, green.
Yeah, but they see it as red still, even though it's not.
I guess
makes
it's just
sense.
like a tint, or if you know, you know.
Yeah.
It's
I
their
think you
version
can
of
clearly
red.
tell what color it is. I don't know. I don't think they'll be able to. I think the only way you'll find a good explanation is someone that has like those colorblind glasses that like fix it.
Yeah.
But they're like 400 quid or 500 quid, which is a lot of money for a pair of glasses.
Or I guess the only other way is find actually what that colour is on a colour wheel. Like
Yeah.
if you get like a bunch of squares of different colours and you say, right, match the two close colours, then you can get a general idea of actually what the colour what the colour he's seeing actually is.
I think it's like a mouldy green.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Thanks for that one, Soph. Next question from you says, have you ever tried ham on toast? If so, what do you think about it? Have you?
I think so.
Yeah, you must have.
I think I've
it's
had,
not much of a thing now, surprisingly.
I don't think I've had like sliced ham on toast, but I think I've had like chunks of ham to go
Right.
alongside like beans.
I've definitely had like ham on toast,
On
like
toast?
slices.
I
I
think I've
loved
had
it.
like chunks of ham on beans on toast. I
Chunks
think.
of ham with beans on toast.
But again, that's not something that I've had in years, so I just feel like I have had it.
Yeah.
That stuck out when you asked me that question, so I feel like yes, but it's not a regular thing. What do you think about it? Can't remember. Probably was nice, to be
I
honest.
loved it. It was great.
I like ham, I like beans, I like toast. I don't see why I wouldn't like it together.
Lovely. Right, I think we got time for one more question. So, Fraser, you're the decider.
This one's got three. This one's got... Oh, man. Do you know what?
Go on. You're going to do a number generator to see which one it answers.
No.
Okay.
Well, I think we've got time for a few more than just one. Well, I'll go with this one. We'll see what happens, because these ones are pretty quick fire. Samantha S1911 says, what's the most acrobatic / flexible thing you can do? When I was younger, I used to be able to do cartwheels and stuff, and that sort of stuff. I feel like I can still probably do it now, but I was never really a massive gymnast.
Handstands, headstands.
You can do headstands. Oh, that
I can do headstands. I'm good with like pull-ups and stuff, and I can,
Oh, yeah, same.
I can do flips.
You could do flips. Well, like backflip, front flip.
I can do front flips, but only on like trampolines and stuff. I can't do it like off.
Oh, right.
I
Then
don't
yeah, I can
trust
do it on
myself.
trampolines as well. I've always wanted to learn how to do it on ground. Do you know what? Where's that other one? Master of skill overnight. Yeah, I want to know how to do like backflips and front flips.
Yeah, they're hard.
Mm.
I would not trust
Samantha-
myself doing it off. Sorry, go on.
Samantha also asked, can y'all play volleyball?
Yes.
I used to in PE, but haven't played it since.
I played
What's
it
your
with
favourite
some
sport?
angry Russians in Turkey.
Why does that make sense?
It's the Russians. They love volleyball in their speedos. You know.
In Rhodes, my dad played volleyball with Russians.
Yeah, it seems like the Russians love volleyball.
Yeah, and then he really hurt his toe. But still,
Same with my
he did
dad.
the exact same thing. No way! What's
He
going
burnt-
on
he
with
burnt
dads
his
and
feet.
Russians and volleyball? And feet.
Yep.
And also, she said, what's your favourite sport to watch?
Don't watch sport.
Don't really watch it that much, but I find tennis cool to watch sometimes.
The Olympics.
Good answer. The Olympic opening ceremony. Favourite sport?
Go on, we'll do the next one down as well if you want.
Yep, thanks, Samantha.
Thanks, Samantha. Excite asks, are you guys interested in making a Minecraft server? When younger, yes. Now, no.
Same answer, really. I used to have one, don't have it anymore.
It's a lot of work for what it is, and it's hard to have something unique, I think. You gotta have something unique nowadays to have a good server.
Exactly.
And we don't
It's
have
a very
those.
saturated market.
Yeah, it seems like Hypixel and Hypixel are the servers to be on nowadays.
Exactly.
Thank you, Excite.
Yeah, thanks, Excite.
We'll do one final one.
Oh, we could do all of these. These are quickfire ones.
All right, go on then. Go on.
Sezico06 asks, assuming you were successful enough in both to make a career out of either, would you prefer making YouTube content or music?
Music.
I'm not going to go with or both because that kind of writes off the question. Would you prefer to make YouTube content or music? It's music for you.
Music.
I think, do you know what? I know the question was probably more aimed at you, but I'm also going to go with music.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's a much more fun thing to have, you know?
YouTube, you're relying on the success of YouTube as a platform. Music, you can take your music to any platform you want. You can do physical presence, you can do online streaming. You might even be a case of in the future there's virtual reality concerts that you go to. But you're future-proofing yourself with music. That's not going to go anywhere. YouTube, there might be a massive downfall of Google in the future, so you never know.
Yep.
Thanks, Sezico.
Thank you. Clean Peg asks, if animals could talk, which would be the rudest? Right, this
Skunks.
is a quick fire one. Yeah, skunks. I don't know. You remember in
hyenas.
Nah, they just. Oh yeah, because they'll laugh at everything. Little
Yeah, exactly.
bastards.
Hyenas.
Alright, yeah,
That's my new answer.
And finally,
Rosie Howells, who asked the question earlier. Yes, you were the one that moved down to the bottom. I'm sorry, but just in case we ran out of time quite badly. But we're actually all good for time at the moment. Rosie said, what was the last photo you took / saved in your phone? The last photo I took was the one that I just tweeted out saying, update, he showed up 24 hours and 40 minutes late of me and Kai on a Discord call. That was the last photo I took.
Cool.
What about yours?
Oh, yeah. My last photo I took was a picture of Elodie with my dog.
Nice.
Yep, very
We've
sweet
done
end.
it! We've gone through all the questions this week.
Thank you, every single one of you, for sending a question. And thanks.
Brilliant outro, Kai. Thanks so much, everybody, for listening to this episode of... Next week's episode will, of course, be out on Wednesday, the 5th of August. August. And that will be 2 weeks before the 1 year anniversary of the podcast. So, if you haven't already, submit some ideas for what you'd like to listen to on the 1 year anniversary of the podcast. There will there's only 3 weeks as of the time of upload today as to when the 1 year anniversary episode is being released, I think. So, please be sure to submit your 1 year anniversary ideas. It will be a special. I want it to be over an hour long. So we will see what we can do. As well as that, obviously go follow us on our personal Twitters at FraserIRL and at KairosBests. Go follow the main podcast Twitter at Stuck in a Podcast. So just in case you missed this episode and submitting your questions, if you follow the main podcast Twitter, you'll get notified as to when the next community episode is and when we're asking for your next questions.
Hell yeah.
Go subscribe to us on YouTube, FraserIRL and KairosBest, and go and tweet us. How has your July been?
July.
I was going to say June. I feel like it's June in my head. It was July.
Alright, thanks everyone. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. And, bye.
Bitch.